Hey guys, okay, so welcome back to another video. And did you guys notice something different? Yeah, the audio is so much more clearer and it is really great quality, so you guys can hear me if I stand all the way over here. Like, you guys will be able to hear me, and when I'm really close, you guys will still be able to hear me. So my grandparents had recently found out about my YouTube channel, and in support of it, they were like, we can't really hear her properly, so let's get her a microphone. They're so adorable. If you guys are watching this, thank you so much. I love it. You guys can't even see it. Like, if I'm afar, like, you can't even see the little magnet. So I forgot to tell you guys what this video is about. I'm going I'm going on a digital photo shoot. I'm going to do a digital photo shoot with my friend Sandy. You guys have seen him multiple times in some of my videos, and it is for my comp card. If you guys don't know, models have these things called comp cards, and so I have to keep changing mine because my appearance keeps changing, and also like my headshot from last year that's not what I look like anymore. So we're updating my current comp card because I have a casting call this upcoming Friday. Now you guys get to enjoy my videos even better, and you guys can hear me from like a mile away. My fault, like, we all have to start somewhere. I know my qualities are like not the best, and that's fine. Like I said, we all have to start somewhere, and this is my come up. Okay, anyways, sorry. So right now I am about to leave to go to, like, I'm not really going to school, but I'm going to campus because that's where the my friend is, and my friend slash photographer is also going to be taking our digitals for us because only Lord knows how expensive digital photo shoots are nowadays. So, you meet people, you network, and yeah. So thank God for my friend. So he's gonna be doing our digitals today. Let me show you guys what I'm wearing, because now I get to step all the way back here and you guys can still hear me. So don't mind my bed. But this is what I'm wearing. All black attire. This is kind of what you're expected to wear for for your comp card. Okay, I will see you guys in a bit. Bye. Okay guys, welcome back. It is Friday, and today is my second round for this casting call for this fashion show that I will be walking in. Like I said, I have a lot to catch you guys up on because I did film a video 2 months ago where I was getting ready for this like event that I got asked to help volunteer for, and it was like a whole mess before, like leading up to the actual day of the event. It was a whole mess. I was a whole mess. Actually, it wasn't anybody else's fault. It was me. Like, I was a whole mess. So I'm gonna like explain to you guys because it ties in to this casting call. Pretty much, I think sometime in July, if I'm not mistaken. Sometime in July, I was in this like modeling group chat with a lot of different models, and I got added into it from one of my friends that I started like Picture Perfect with. And so I remember we were talking about like, oh, you know, like let's go to casting calls together. It never happened, but it's fine. Like we never went to a casting call together, but she was still such like a sweetie, and she added me to this like group chat with all these models like in it. And so pretty much it's like a networking group chat. And you know, for example, if somebody needs like an extra photographer or an extra makeup artist or another model, like you would text in that group chat. And so there were a couple of times where well, actually there was only one other time. There was only one other time where I did like respond back because somebody needed like an extra model. And then I was like, you know what? What is like, what's the harm? What's the harm in like saying, hey, I would like to volunteer, like I would like to be a part of it. And you know, you're putting yourself out there. And so the stylist that had originally sent that text message, we ended up like following each other on Instagram. And so we just kind of had each other there. We were like mutuals. And then I remember, like, genuinely, like, okay, I know some people don't believe in like manifestations or like the universe this, the universe that, like, you know, not everybody believes in that, and that's totally okay. Like, that's totally okay. But I'm a firm believer in manifestations. I think a week before this happened, I was like writing down like love letters to the universe. So it's like you know, manifestation method. I don't know if it's like a method per se, but I was manifesting. Okay, I was manifesting. And I haven't really like journaled or, you know, wrote in my like diary in like a really long time. But then I wanted to start up this thing called a love letter box. So it's like a box pretty much containing like love letters to like the universe. You know how people say like, oh, I wrote love letters to heaven? I know Ariana Grande said that. So that's like my version of it, like my take on it, like love letters to the universe. Okay, so I was like, one random day, I had like cleaned my room, whatever. I like burned an incense, and I was like, let me just like journal. Like, let me just journal. Let me write some love letters to the universe and whatnot. So, okay, I went and did that. And I was kind of like, I wrote, like, I was asking for like more opportunities. Okay, right, okay. So, comes the following week, I get a DM from this woman that I had, like I said, recently connected with through the group chat, because she's a stylist and she just had, like, she had asked, oh, like, we need a couple more models. I ended up not doing the photo shoot because they picked somebody else, and that's fine. You know, I still put myself out there because look what I got out of it, right? She reached out to me asking if I wanted to, if I was available to volunteer for this event. And it was pretty much like an event showcasing like up and rising, like sustainable designers, like local designers in Chicago. And I was like, oh my God, like, do you know how great of an opportunity this is? Because it's like a networking event. So I'm like, whoa, like I asked and I shall receive, you know? I know this is like a normal thing to like self-sabotage. Sometimes it's way too normal. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like I tend to do that because I have like a hard time accepting like, oh, I'm deserving of this. You know, even though I know I am, but then like I said, um it's also way out of my comfort zone. And then now that it's like, oh, it's like happening for me, like I'm slowly getting there, it's like that means it's going to require me to step out of my comfort zone, and that's really scary because you're stepping out of your comfort zone. You know, it's not necessarily the easiest thing ever, but it has to be done. If you want something, it has to be done. Like the uncomfortableness, the fear, the anxiety, all of that, you need to go through all of that to get to what you want. Unfortunately, that's how it is. I'm like thinking about it. I had already agreed to it because I was like, I would be so dumb if I passed up on this. Like, I was like, okay, yeah, like I would be down. Like there's no reason for me to say no. And I was like, if I say no, I'm just making an excuse for myself. And that's worse than not going or than going, you know? So I was like, I might as well go. So, okay, I agreed, whatever. And already days prior to this, I'm already like getting anxious. Nothing's even happened yet. It was like days away from the actual event itself, and I'm already like freaking out. I'm like, oh my goodness, I actually like it's happening for me. Start somewhere. You never know the people that you're gonna meet. You never know what doors you'll like go into or like what doors will open for you. It's all about getting your foot in the door. That's it. So that's why it's extremely important to me. And like I said, you never know who you meet. And I met plenty of people. What happened was I was just in a panic. The day of the event, I originally had work. And I was like, you know what, maybe this is good. Like, it'll take my mind off of it, kind of, you know, get my body moving instead of me being in like a frozen state. Because I was really anxious. Like that morning that I woke up, I was extremely anxious. I'm like ready for work at this point. Like I'm fully like dressed. I have my makeup on. I did my hair, whatever. And I'm laying in bed and I feel like the anxiety kind of just like take over. And I'm like, "Oh my God." Like all of a sudden I can't function. Like I can't think, I can't move, I can't do anything. And so it's literally like being in a frozen state. So I'm like, oh flip, like I have to call it off. Unfortunately, I have to call off. I called and luckily they were very understanding and they found somebody to cover my shift for that morning. And I was just like a wreck. Like after I hung the phone up, I felt like such a failure because I was like, you couldn't even go to work. What makes you think that you're going to be able to go later today? And so then obviously like my mind is like feeding into it. My mind is like, yeah, you're right. Like I couldn't even go to work. I just felt like I failed myself. But obviously I didn't. I like to like, I'm like an overachiever. I like to push myself. So if that was the plan for that day, I really wanted it to go that way. And obviously that doesn't happen like all the time. I was just like, Iraq, I was like getting ready to send this email to the coordinator. I was like typing up a draft. I was like, hey, I'm so sorry, I can't make it. Like I can't make it. But then something deep down inside of me was like, you're going to be even more mad at yourself if you send this dumb email knowing that you want to go. Like I know I wanted to go, but like I said, sometimes your anxiety is just so loud where it's like to hell with everything else. Like nothing else, like your consciousness doesn't exist. Like your critical thinking doesn't exist. Like everything is just like wiped out, thrown out the window, and like you're not functioning properly. So I'm like, you know, panicking a little bit. I'm like FaceTiming one friend, texting another friend. An ice pack is like on the back of my neck. And so what I did was I turned on The Office because that's one of my comfort shows. So I turned The Office on. I went and grabbed like an ice pack from the freezer and I laid flat on my stomach with the ice pack on the back of my neck. And that calmed me down. Like it kind of like grounded me back to reality. I was like, okay, you know what? I'm actually really glad I called off work because I just needed that time to like process what was happening. And I needed, like I said, I needed that downtime. So I keep saying so a lot. I'm so sorry. It was really awkward at first. I was like, what did I get myself into? But then I was like, it's gonna go away. Like, it'll be fine. Like, I'm pretty sure everybody else here is just as nervous as you are. It's just, it doesn't show. Actually, the first person I spoke to, if I remember correctly, I went to the bathroom and she came out of the stall and she was like, hey girl, she just like started talking to me and she was so sweet, so nice. She was also a stylist. And she was just talking to me. She was asking me like, oh, how can I volunteer for this event? Because all the volunteers had this like little pin with the logo of the company that was like hosting this event, and I had like the pin right here, and she was like, oh, how do you like, you know, volunteer? And I was like, oh, I had one of my friends like reach out to me and ask me if I wanted to volunteer. And so she was like, okay, perfect, like we'll keep in touch, I'll get you my Instagram and everything, so we exchanged Instagrams. And that was like the icebreaker for the night. I was like, okay, now I feel like I can do anything. I feel like I'm on top of the world, like I can talk to anybody and everybody. And I'm like, what's the worst that can happen? Like the conversation gets cut short, or they just don't feel like talking. It's not the end of the world. Like the world kept spinning, you know. Moral of the story, the world kept spinning. It wasn't as scary as I thought. So my goal was to talk to at least one person and get at least one person's social media. And I got multiple people's social medias, and I spoke to multiple people. So moral of the story is just do it. Like honestly, what is the worst thing that can happen? You know, like life is all about being uncomfortable and getting thrown out there to face your fears. One way or the other, you're gonna have to do it. If not, you're just gonna be stuck in this space forever. And there's nothing more scarier than not changing. Thank you to Christina. She may never see this, but thank you to her, because honestly, like she reached out to me, helped me get out of my comfort zone, and it went better than I had ever imagined. And that's why sometimes don't listen to everything your head tells you, because sometimes it's there to self-sabotage you. It's there to self-sabotage. So that leads up to the casting call today. So she was hosting a fashion show, and like I said, we're mutuals, so I found out about it, and I was like, oh my god, like, you know, everything is like connecting, like everything is like going, flowing smoothly together. That's where we're at today. And my mascara, I have no more mascara. As you can see, my eyelashes are not longer, like not long, like how I usually like them. Okay, I just realized I was like talking for 30 something minutes, because I looked at the time, it's like 9:45. It's not gonna take me that long though. I just have to fix my hair and then change into my casting call attire, which is an all black outfit. Okay, so this is an example of my comp card. Oh, she is tan. She is giving golden tan. But then here, I don't really look tanned. Do you guys see it? Can you guys see it? I really like how it turned out. Thank you to Jordan Poole. Love how it turned out. Love how it turned out. And it's very different than my old comp card. This is me before. I don't look like her anymore. I still love her though, but we don't look the same anymore. Oh my god, wait. I feel like Mia Thermopolis from The Princess Diaries. And we give you a princess. Okay, I really need to get ready. Please, that's enough. I just got back home. The casting call went pretty well, and we did find out already who was going to be walking for the fashion show next week. Unfortunately, I did not make it past the second round. Hey, update. This is future me talking. I actually did make it. So I'm really excited. As I was editing, in the middle of editing this video yesterday, I got an email from Christina and her team letting me know, and the rest of the models, that the decision for who was walking this Saturday, the decisions have been finalized, and I actually did make the cut. So I'm really, really, really ecstatic. I am booked and busy this week, and I love it. Expect a new vlog this coming Saturday. I'll be showing you guys the behind the scenes of the fashion show. So this is officially my first fashion show outside of Picture Perfect, and I'm really excited to see where this opportunity takes me. So thank you again, Christina, and to my designer. I'm really excited. I had to crop out the rest of the video because it was me talking about how I didn't like make it into the fashion show and how I was like really grateful for the opportunity regardless. So I had to cut that out. And then here I am filming this messy video. But yeah, I'll see you guys Saturday. I'm so excited. Thank you so, so much, Christina, once again. I'm looking forward to it. Okay. Bye bye.